Hello and welcome back for another video with Pall family. I'm Daniel.
I'm Natalia.
And today we have a video again with food.
Again with food.
I think that
it's e-eater?
it's with donuts.
Why 10,000 people are on the wait list for Kora's Filipino Doughnuts?
So it's from Philippines, I think.
Apparently,
Filipino Doughnuts.
Donut shop in Queens, New York. What's this? No, inspired
Baker.
by Filipino heritage baker Kimberly Camara created Kora, a pop-up donut shop in Queens, New York.
So we are not on that list, but
No, we're not on the waiting list.
subscribe, like, don't forget if you're new and enjoying watching these videos with us, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, to know when we're gonna post our next videos. Let's see what's about.
When you flip these trays of flan, you gotta just be super confident when you approach this
What's
half.
that?
Work super fast and
Oh.
go right into it. The whole flan inside the donut.
Oh, that's like how you're doing the cake.
Like with sugar.
Yeah, how
I
it's
don't
called
know
in
how
English.
I came up with it, honestly. I think what
Creme
it came
brulee?
down to was they wouldn't be actually
Yeah, I think
Looks
so.
like creme brulee, yeah.
But it's,
And it's put inside in a donut. No.
but the creme brulee.
It is creme brulee. It is.
It's might be similar.
It is creme brulee.
when we start prep on Wednesdays, the first thing we do is make the dough.
Make the dough.
We are starting on our brioche dough. Basically, this recipe is the base for all of our donuts. Depending on the flavor, we'll change it up a little bit. We'll add cocoa powder for our chocolate and ube extract for our ube dough. So Kevin is our co-founder and he's also the operations director here at Kora. He's gonna go ahead and get the eggs in. He
So
actually
Kora
takes
is
over all of our doughs now. Next we have milk.
Like
Bakery.
bakery.
Ice
Yeah.
in here. Brioche
Ice.
tends to proof very quickly because of the sugar content. And if brioche, or any bread for that matter, proofs too quickly or too much, it starts to develop like this alcoholic flavor and smell, and it's just not
With
pleasant.
ice.
So we figured that to slow down the process, to have pretty much all of our ingredients cold. So we're going with the flour, and we use two different types, and they have two different percentages of gluten. I like to have a really, really fluffy donut, a donut with a little bit of bite in it.
I don't think
And
that
so
I
we
will
found
be
that
able
this
to work in
balance
a
of flour to
bakery
flour
or
has, like, the lightest,
something with
fluffiest donut.
desserts.
We're gonna go like huge.
Half of it I'm gonna eat
I'm
them.
gonna eat them.
Right now, I'm just performing
Wow,
something called
that's
the window
very
pane test on our dough to see that the
fluffy.
gluten has developed. The point of this is to see how elastic the dough is.
Okay.
The more elastic a dough is, the more air it can hold in from the gases that are being released by the yeast as it's proofing. Every culture has their version of donuts. This donut is similar to bombolini dough. It's honestly almost exactly the same. The process is so similar. Before I started this donut business, I don't even remember the last time I had a donut in my life. The fact that I'm doing this as my full-time job these days, it just really makes me laugh.
Currently, we do only offer pickup, and everything that we produce currently during the week is already paid for and available for pre-order. I think one of the
Okay. So
big
it's only on
challenges, running a
pre-orders?
business with this model, I guess, a
This
pre-order.
is like
They
a
don't-
is
a
that being that everything
Gucci
is
or
already
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
like
Dolce
on the
Gabbana,
hook. For some
something like
reason,
that.
Chef gets sick and she can't come in, or the dough is not reacting properly. You know, it's one of the struggles.
And here they are leaving
now
them
we're
too.
gonna degas our doughs. They've been resting in the fridge for a couple hours.
In the
See how
fridge?
nice and fluffy they are. They've doubled in size. So we just want to take that
You know, in
excess
Romania they're
gas
saying
out of
to
them.
leave it in
If you allow this to
warm,
just keep
like to be
puffing
warm,
up, it might
heat.
puff up so much that it'll just
Depends
push the
what
top
you're
right
doing.
open, and then the dough will start to dry out and crust. So we don't want that. We can only do so much, but at the end of the day, the dough's gonna do whatever it wants. It's a living, breathing thing. Understanding
God,
how
that,
dough
purple
reacts
one, it's
to its
weird.
environment and how you work with it is such an art. I mean, it's a science, really. We have this machine over here that
Now
we
it's
call
heating it
RCD2.
up.
And what that
Ah.
machine does for us is it portions dough into
Oh.
36
Oh,
balls.
no way.
Brioche dough, because of its high fat content, it's
That's
got so much
easier
butter
for
in it
you guys
and
then.
lots of whole milk and eggs. It actually lasts longer than your typical
clever, isn't it?
yeast-raised donuts. Take this over
You
here.
see how elastic is
Elastic,
that?
yeah.
And a lot of
What's
people
that?
ask why we don't use the big pan.
Custard? What's that? I don't know.
For some reason, condensed milk in
Condensed milk.
volume is like hard
Okay.
to find that doesn't have the fillers in it.
Condensed milk, yeah.
We are making the flan now. Filipino flan is really different from
So
maybe
it's
flan
like
we've
the
had in
Spanish
Spain
one,
or in other Latin
you know,
American
the
countries,
flan,
because it's got
Yeah.
Spanish
a
one,
lot,
so it's similar with
of
that
egg
one.
yolks.
And that one is made in Spain with
So
bread.
I'm just gonna get this nice and smooth. I just want to get
Oh,
rid
so
of
now they are
like,
doing
big
that one
pieces
that I
of
said that
egg
is creme
and get it
brulee,
nice and
the flan.
homogeneous. Now, when my grandma used to make this, she actually would take all of the eggs and she would put it through a cheesecloth, and that's how she would strain it with her hands. Got Christiana, one of my cooks. She's emptying some condensed milk and evaporated milk.
Okay. Yeah, but the flan
through
from
hot?
Spain looks like creme brulee, no?
If it
Looks
doesn't fully
like,
coat the bottom of
but
the tray,
that one is made
your
with
flan's
bread.
gonna be like naked
Creme
and
brulee-
stuff. It's not
creme
gonna have
brulee
that
is
nice,
usually only
even
milk,
color across the entire flan. If the
sugar.
caramel itself
So
on the tray is not
This
level,
is the
then when you
caramel,
bake your custard,
the
it's
sugar.
not gonna be level. You gotta work super fast.
caramel.
Yeah, but the same.
This
they
is the
made
base.
it from.
And
Actually, it's
Yeah.
gonna be the
2.5
top.
quarts of the custard. And then we're gonna take the torch and
Don't know what
torch
to
the
say.
surface of the custard to get rid of any bubbles.
This is similar with creme
Yeah,
brulee.
yeah, it's something
It's same
similar,
like
yeah.
milk,
Cook for about
but
an
this one
hour in
is
there
condensed
at
milk.
250 degrees.
So it's milk with sugar and eggs.
Flan is
And
nice
eggs.
and cooled down now. You
Oh
could
my
not
God.
cook fast enough and the entire flan will just like slide off the tray if you're like too nervous about it. And we'll just have to make a whole nother flan, start from the beginning. So now we're gonna go ahead and punch our flan into
It
circles.
has something in it, you see.
Huh? Yeah, yeah,
This is
yeah. It's
actually one of my
different. It's not
favorite
creme brulee.
projects to do on prep. It's just so satisfying.
Because of the condensed milk, maybe that's why it's so.
Yeah.
Is to actually punch the hole in which the flan goes inside.
Oh, look
Nothing
at
too
those
much to it. You
donuts.
kind of feel it bite
So
back
y-
at you. You don't want to go all the way.
You're not going
Okay,
all the
Buckle
way.
yeah.
back up. And ideally, it looks something like this, where there are no creases on the edges. Here we have our flan cream. It's basically a byproduct of the actual flan circles. Once we punch the flan circles, everything that's left behind, the scraps, we blend in
It's
a
like a
rubber coat,
custard
and it
now.
turns into this flan cream.
Cream.
Yeah.
So that's the base, and the
Okay,
thing
yeah,
is
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be.
The
It's
last
gonna
step
be-
here is to actually add the flan inside.
Oh my.
We basically got 2 desserts here in one.
Too.
So Kora is
too
my
much sugar.
grandmother's name. Her full name was Corazon Mendoza. The leche flan recipe is from my grandmother's recipe book that I found after she passed away.
Oh.
Last step of the flan here, we go the extra mile and then use the leftover caramel to brush clean the flan. And we really, really just want a nice, shiny, perfect circle right in the center.
That looks
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Our team is very, very small, and we've always been small.
So
When
this
we
is
started,
basically
it was really just Kevin
Filipino,
and I,
Tra-
honestly, for the first
Traditional
months.
donuts, maybe?
All right, team, good morning.
but they've got
Going over
the
the numbers really quick. We're gonna
baker
be
in
producing
United
130
States.
Yeah.
boxes total.
All of our current employees are quite young. I think they're all under 23, 24. So they're all very early on in their careers. For me, that's the most exciting thing, being
All
their
of them
current
are
mentor,
really young.
their current leader. I just love to watch them grow. Lance, get in here, bro. This is Lance, another one of our cooks. So he's already peeled all of the ube, and I put it in quotes because
Ube,
it's
what's
actually Okinawan purple yam.
Oh,
We
is
use
that-
this purple
from
yam
there
for the
they've
garniture
got the
just because it's like the closest thing that we can
The
find.
color.
And it's
Yeah.
personally, I think
Mm.
the closest in flavor to like actual ube. So you can't find fresh ube in America because ube is
So,
an
yeah.
invasive species. Actually, it doesn't grow anywhere. The only way you can get your hands on authentic ube is frozen,
I don't know what
imported
even.
from.
What was that?
This
So it's from
is a
Philippines.
frozen grated ube. We had to have ube on our
Imported,
menu. I
frozen
already
from-
because
Yeah.
you can't pass that vibrant purple color. So we are now making the ube pastry cream. In these pots, we have milk heating up with a little bit of ube extract, and she's adding the frozen grated ube to each of these batches. The base of our pastry cream, what really gives it that unctuousness, that thickness, and makes it like, you know, a cream that's pipeable, is starch. So here we have some cornstarch.
Cornstarch.
And this pastry cream in particular is quite thick because of the ube. So as she's stirring, I'm gonna pour this in a thin stream so that we don't get big clumps of this mixture cooking in there. And you're gonna see how quickly it thickens up because the milk is already so hot.
Go
What
thick.
that's doing is gelatinizing the starches in this mix. Ube in its natural state really does have like a really deep earthiness to it because it is growing like underneath the soil.
Oh my
Smells
god,
kinda
that
like
color.
vanilla a little bit, almost fruity, I would say. We've rinsed this about 3, 4, 5 times, as many times as it takes to get the water pretty much clear. That means that most of the starch has been rinsed off. These are the purple yam chips that are gonna go on top of the ube donut for garnish.
Okay.
I think a lot of people
they're
when
gonna-
they
do
fry them.
make
Yeah.
ube desserts, I feel like they don't go hard. They don't take it all the way home with it.
Wow, they are like
Every component of our
Oh my
donut
God.
has ube.
The busiest part of the day is usually about 2 hours out from when we're ready to start boxing. I would say like about 12 o'clock. It really just all
And they're
comes down to
massive.
crunch time, and we just
huge.
really is a race to the finish line. 1 o'clock, y'all.
1 o'clock.
We're running behind. We all got to really pick up the speed, all right?
Right now, I am working on the garniture for our kamote Q donut. And our kamote Q donut is based off of a Filipino street food that essentially is a fried
So
sweet potato that's
most ingredients-
caramelized
Most of
and
them, they are
nice
the
and crispy.
Filipino.
And
Yeah.
then it's sprinkled with a little bit of toasted sesame. We actually source our sweet potatoes from a local Asian vendor. They give us really huge sweet potatoes so that we can yield these nice big circles out of them that kind of crown the donut. We need almost 200 pieces for this week. At Kora,
It's different
I
color,
am
isn't it?
very extra when it comes
What
to
do you
my
mean?
work. I
Like-
just
It's
love
orange, yeah,
having
it's like
multiple
yeah,
components
orange.
in everything I make. Multiple textures. I love having different mouth feels, different flavors come at you.
That's
from
a lot
different
of work
places,
for,
and every time you
Yeah.
take a bite. A
for a
mousseline
donut.
is
It
basically
is.
a pastry cream. The base is the same. You know, we've got our starch that thicken up that milk, sugar, of course, and eggs. But a mousseline is one that's a little bit fluffier than a standard pastry cream. So this is a toasted sesame paste. You can see how dark it is. It's a little bit darker than peanut butter. This is sort of the mousse part of the mousseline. And basically what we want is for the butter to look nice and white and fluffy before we add that pastry cream that we made earlier that's now cooled down. And that is our mousseline. I'm just
lot
gonna give
of
it a
work,
taste. I
no?
always
It's
like to
not a-
taste all of our fillings before we put them in the bags, because that's the last time I'll see them. This is my lovely mother, aka Tita Babes. Today she's going to be helping Shanice glaze our kamote Q donuts. Ma, you want to say anything for the camera, for the people?
Very proud mama.
Very
Oh my God, I'm
proud
gonna make her
mama.
cry, and then I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, here comes the big boss. My dad's here too, and I had no idea he was coming. So this is my dad. He is, I don't know. He's just hanging out. Having my mom and my aunt on site with us, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely brought us closer together, especially over the fact that we're bonding over her mother, my grandmother, and how this business was built on that. Right now, they're just getting the glaze to the right temperature and the right consistency. It's essentially the same glaze base.
Oh my
it's
God,
the
it's
white
so
chocolate
different,
base
see,
for our
that the
glaze
normal
with
donuts.
some muscovado sugar added. So our sweet potatoes
Those
are
are
done.
And each
Are
of
big.
it,
Baking for about 20 minutes.
each
They
of
got
them,
some
they have to do
syrupy,
it like
Yeah.
Really nice and soft,
Manually.
almost like
yeah,
a
yeah,
custard.
manually, but different. I don't
When
know
they
what this is.
fry
What?
the sweet potato,
Sweet
What's that?
they
potato?
actually
Sweet
throw
potato?
some
Yeah.
sugar directly into
With
the
Think
sugar?
it's something else.
no?
that caramelizes and wraps around.
I'm gonna
the
give
sweet
it another
potatoes.
5 minutes
And
in
this
the
sort
or
of emulates that because it gets nice and crispy. So while I'm torching the sweet potato, Shanice is starting to fill the donuts up. So she's gonna go in with the first layer of filling, which is our sweet potato puree that we made from the scraps.
So he's doing like the other one and then put it inside.
Donut is to take our bruleed sweet potato piece and roll just the edges in a bit of toasted sesame seeds. Gives it a nice little crunch, a little bit of a nutty flavor. That is the finished kamote cube.
Wow.
So much work
We are almost done with production. This is actually the last donut that's getting assembled before we start our line to get all
But
the
those are
donuts
insane. That looks like Halloween donuts.
boxes and twined and then given to our customers.
And they are big. No?
Five of them in a box.
I'm curious how much is one.
Hey, how are you? Good, good.
Also, it's like just like a takeaway.
Oh, under Frida. Okay, I got one.
In the beginning, I didn't feel burdened to put Filipino culture or food on the map. I think in more recent times, I've been feeling some pressure to create more. Don't know if that's necessarily because of feeling pressure to be an ambassador for this Filipino food movement. I think it's been more of pressure on myself from a personal and professional standpoint to just be a better chef, because I'm constantly thinking of new ideas and how I want to put something new into the world, and I want it to be so unique. Kora is the coming together of my entire life. There is no way that my grandmother is looking down on us and isn't so proud of all the work we've done. Honestly, it always started with her and it's going to end with her. Wherever Kora takes us, behind all of it is my connection with her and my connection with my heritage and my connection with my family. Yeah. So it's the end of the day.
And they are eating donuts as well.
Eating family meal, and now we're
Don't
packing
think
it
so.
all up because we ordered way too much food and
then what? And then we got to do this all over again next week.
yep.
Oh. Oh, muffins. Okay, everyone. This was
Why 10,000 people are on the waiting list for Kora's Filipino Doughnuts?
this was just I never seen a donut that big.
Plus the work for a single donut.
Okay, so this is not in Philippine. This is in
It's Filipino recipe with
In
most
United
of the ingredients are from Philippines, and the bakery is in United States.
Okay, then.
But it's a lot of work for a donut.
Yeah, they said they are a small
I don't know about
team
the
as well.
taste, but the work it's a lot.
And they look nice as well. And I could see they have some. They are giving some sauces as well with it.
No idea.
So, yeah.
We are not on the list, so we're not gonna get it.
We
We're not
are
gonna
on the
taste
naughty
it,
list.
So we're not gonna be able to taste it. So
But anyway, it was very interesting and nice to watch. Thank you for watching it with us.
don't forget, if you're new, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, to know when we're gonna post our next videos. If you have any other food related videos that you think are interesting, please let them in the comments so we can check them out.
We can check them out, yeah.
Thanks,
Until
and
then, take care, stay safe, and I'm gonna see you soon.
see you in the
Bye.
next one. Bye.